Have you ever been told that you talk in your sleep? Maybe a roommate laughed about the strange things you said at night, or your partner mentioned you mumbling words that made no sense. Sleep talking, also called somniloquy, is one of those mysterious behaviors of the human mind that most of us don't even know we're doing. It can be as soft as a few whispered sounds, or as loud and bizarre as full conversations, arguments, even shouts. And what's fascinating is just how common it really is. Studies suggest that nearly 2/3 of people will talk in their sleep at least once in their lifetime, and anywhere from 3% to 30% of people actually do it on a fairly regular basis. Children are especially known for it, but adults are by no means exempt. One of the most famous examples comes from an American songwriter named Dion McGregor. In the 1960s, he became somewhat of a legend, not for the songs he wrote while awake, but for the elaborate, dramatic monologues he delivered while asleep. His sleep talk wasn't just mumbles, it was entire stories, complete with characters, conflicts, and absurd scenarios. His roommates thought it was so unusual and entertaining that they began recording him. Those recordings were eventually released as an album, giving the world a glimpse into the strange theater of his subconscious. Listening to McGregor's sleep talk, researchers noticed that much of it resembled dreams, emotional, disjointed, often negative, sometimes filled with profanity or exaggerated humor, but rarely making much logical sense. So why does this happen? To answer that, scientists studied when, during the sleep cycle, people are most likely to talk. You might expect sleep talk to happen only during REM sleep, the stage where vivid dreaming occurs. But the truth is more complicated. Sleep talk actually shows up in multiple phases of sleep, REM as well as non-REM stages, and in fact it is even more common outside of REM. This tells us that it isn't just a byproduct of dreaming. Instead, it seems to be linked to little glitches that happen when the brain transitions between different depths of sleep. In these moments, parts of the brain that control speech may become active while the rest of the brain is still in dream mode, creating a strange overlap between sleep and wakefulness. Another interesting fact is that most people who talk in their sleep have no memory of it at all. They wake up completely unaware of what they said. The only reason they find out is because someone else overhears it or records it. And because of this, many people underestimate how often it happens to them. In sleep labs, when people are monitored overnight, researchers catch sleep talk episodes far more frequently than individuals ever report. But what triggers it? Experts believe that certain conditions make sleep talk more likely. If someone is stressed, anxious, or going through an emotional period, the chances increase. Sleep deprivation also plays a role, as does alcohol consumption, which tends to disrupt the normal sleep cycle. Even physical illness or fever can make episodes more common. Essentially, anything that disturbs healthy, deep sleep creates more opportunities for the brain to misfire and produce speech. Now, here's the big question many people ask: is sleep talking dangerous? Does it mean there's something wrong with the brain? The reassuring answer is no. In most cases, it's completely harmless. It's not classified as a medical disorder, but rather a sleep phenomenon. It can sometimes be embarrassing, especially if someone says things that sound strange, rude, or private, but scientists stress that sleep talk is rarely meaningful. Unlike dreams, which sometimes reflect fragments of our thoughts and experiences, sleep talk tends to be random noise. Like snippets of a broken radio transmission. So if you've ever mumbled nonsense in your sleep, don't worry. Your secrets are safe. Ultimately, sleep talking is a reminder of just how mysterious the sleeping brain still is. Even today, researchers don't fully understand why some people do it often while others almost never do. What we do know is that it connects us to that blurry line between waking and dreaming, a liminal space where the mind sometimes speaks out loud without us even knowing it. In the end, sleep talking is less of a problem and more of a curious glitch, one that makes us marvel at the strange ways our brains behave when we drift off into the world of sleep.